Oh, hello, everybody. Mr. Moore, Mr. Moore. My Mia Moore is here. It's 11 o'clock. This is a special conversation. So come on, you guys. Come and join us. Who are we?
The Moors. Come on, you guys. I know that you're still
Look,
awake.
do you guys laugh with your spouse? Um,
We laugh all the time.
we do.
Oh, you want me to do my introduction?
Yeah. Come on, do it for the
Yes,
people.
this is More Capacity. I'm Shamar Moore,
And I'm Lake Moore.
and this is More Capacity where the stretch is necessary. Perfection is not the measure, but maturity is mandatory.
You better do it. So shout out. He got called out earlier today. They told him, you better make sure you get it right. And he did.
I got it right. There was another piece that was added later on, which is excellence is expected.
It is. Um, well, as we are here, we're going to continue a conversation. I know that it is a little bit later than normal, but we tend to wind down late. And after our babies go to sleep, we have a chance to hop on and talk. And tonight, the conversation was good. And we said, we're going to continue. Maybe you guys will join in. Don't scroll by, just stop. But we're going to talk about dreaming again. Dreaming again.
Dreaming again. With everything that has gone on in the world, you can find it difficult to dream. It's almost like you lost, in a sense, your desire to dream or your vision, maybe because things haven't unfolded as of yet, or they are not unfolding the way you saw it. Doesn't mean that it's not coming to pass. God has a way of bringing things to the surface and bringing things to pass, and we have to trust His process and be patient.
Do you guys dream? I mean, dream with your eyes open. Do you still see that possibilities and do you still believe that things will happen? No, seriously. We were talking. Hi, Elena, Dr. Elena
Hey,
Tool in the
hey,
house.
hey, girl.
Hey, Cherie, see you too. But on the real, so this is kind of I guess, a spouse thing. And here recently, we've been having some very loaded conversations. Yeah, loaded where sometimes it's heavy because the, this quiet time has caused us to reevaluate and
Absolutely.
come to grips on why we may have been doing things the way that we did them and what things we may need to change or alter as we move forward together as a team, as a unit. Because the truth of the matter is that the agreement starts between us, right? So much after we say I do, that's really when, as they say, the rubber meets the road. But um, I'll start off and share. And maybe you guys have a similar testimony. Um, when we initially got married, we had this beautiful, ideal dream, and then realizing that once we got in it, that we literally had to begin to make adjustments. And for us, the adjustments started about really, as far as beginning the dream began about 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Would are you just agreeing? Or are you serious?
No, I'm agreeing. I mean, it's about 5 years ago, or maybe even more recent, more like 4 years ago.
What we started doing, and we need to start doing it again, is we started intentionally. That's the word. I want you guys.
Intentional.
Yes, we were intentional about sitting down and talking about not just our goals and our dreams. We started to speak them. We started to agree, and then we started to move in that direction. So for us, what we started doing is every Saturday morning we would hit the trail together. And disclaimer: it's about time for us to hit the trail again.
Definitely.
But we would walk the trail together, and from us being out in nature and walking and talking without any interruption, we started envisioning the next steps of our lives.
Yes, we started envisioning. So as we envisioned, we spoke. Just like the Israel Houghton song, No Limits. And at the end or towards the end of the song, to say what you heard so you can see what you say. So as we went on our weekly walk routine over the weekend on Saturdays on the trail, we began to envision things, and then envision we began to speak those things. And as we spoke it and prayed about it and got things in place, gradually those things started unfolding and started coming to pass. And it was like, are you serious? Like, wow. Didn't we just speak about this a couple of months ago and we accomplished this and so on and so forth? And it's like, it's just a good feeling. But when you're in the process or when you're in the middle of your dream and not sure how the dream is going to unfold, sometimes you could get discouraged. Sometimes you can get weary. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself not dreaming for a little while or not even envisioning things. And so it's definitely good to communicate. It's definitely good to envision. And it's definitely good to talk about your dreams. One thing we talked about and we discovered uh, not long ago, I don't know, probably a couple of years ago, is that exposure bring about expectation. And what I mean by that, I'll be very brief, is growing up in in a poverty area and really at a young age not being exposed to different things, but seeing things on TV and, oh, one day when I get older I'm gonna go here or I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. But it was those things that I got exposed to as I got older that brought about expectation. For example, there were people in both our families that had nice houses, good businesses, things of that nature, money, so on and so forth. And it's like you'll find yourself saying, one day I'm going to get there. One day we go do this. One day we go do that. And as you begin to envision and call those things that be not as though they were, speak those, speak your dream, you know, and make preparation, get things in place because you have a part in it. I don't want to. I want to make that disclaimer or that statement before we go any further. That you have a part in it. It's one thing to dream, but there's another thing that you have a part to where you have to do something in order for it to come to pass. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, shaking the table. Y'all, married or single, what he said as far as making sure that you have a vision or you have something that you're working toward. Y'all, in the midst of this, put your eyes on something. And it's so easy. I mean, I don't know about y'all. I don't know if, just because we're in the house every day, that we still have to be very intentional about having conversations. And so as we were sitting here tonight after the kids went to bed, or at least when they said they were going to bed, we were talking like, are we still dreaming? Or are we complacent? Or, you know, wherever we are, it doesn't have to be it. There are still other levels. And be okay with talking and sharing with your spouse and saying, hey, this is where we are. And I love how much we've grown and I celebrate everything. But, well, maybe not, because that would negate everything else, right? I look forward to our next. Don't allow the steel of what's going on and the unknown to prevent you from dreaming.
Yes.
Dream, 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 dream. If that means getting a magazine, right now you may not feel comfortable going to Greece or going out of the country, but get a magazine, something, so that you can put in your mind, baby, I see you and I on the white sands of Greece, laying out in the sun, so I won't keep looking like Grandma Luana Ayana. you know, but in this time, couples, talk about your dream. The dream you have for your relationship, the dream you have for your family, the dream you have for your children, for your children's children. I mean, put it out there. You guys, when he was talking about us being on a trail, I am serious. And I want to tell you, it was everything. Now, mind you, we were balancing because we were walking, we were exercising, so our mental health, our physical health was increasing. We were praying and declaring, so it was blessing our spiritual health. Our personal connection was growing too. And when we tell you that everything, as we were walking and praying and acknowledging God's presence, I mean everything that we spoke and that we agreed upon, God honored. Everything. Even in some ways when we didn't know. So, full disclaimer, here we go, right? So, in our old home, we talked about remodeling. Okay, we're going to remodel our house. And we were saving, but we were saving for with a purpose. We were like, we don't know how we're going to do it. We came home from church one day and our house was flooded. Well, excuse me, our porch was flooded. Let's say that. Our porch was flooded. The water was coming through our front door. Remember, we came in the house, was like, what in the world happened?
Almost like a thunder shower, like a strong shower just raining right there as soon as you walk in the door.
Yes. So when we opened the door, the roof and the ceiling tile were still intact. And I was surprised. I was like, I don't know how this happened. But you guys, we were put in a position to where we remodeled the whole house, right? Which positioned us to sell our home. And we talked about it on the trail. Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And we didn't know how we were going to do it at that moment. We were like, we don't know how this is going to happen. But we began to agree and we began to declare and we began to dream. And I mean, everything lined up. Everything. And we were so in awe. I told him tonight, I was like, yo, we got to start walking again.
Yes.
We got to start speaking again, getting that time and being intentional about tapping in and putting those words out there because the Lord hears our words and the power of agreement too. This is my covenant. This is my dude. It's my partner.
It's my partner.
Yeah, and you guys have a partner too. We're not going to be in here long, but that's really what it was, the overflow of our conversation. We encourage you guys, before you lay your head down tonight, talk to your spouse. Talk to your spouse. Talk to the people around you and encourage them to dream again.
Yep. Ask them, when is the last time you dreamed? And if they say it's been a while, encourage them to dream again. You know, sometimes you got to have that determination, you know, regardless of the circumstances that may, or the bumps in the road that may come, you have to be determined to reach, you know, that dream. And it's reachable. But again, like we said, not to sound redundant, we walked, we talked, we called those things that was not as though they were. And we had a part in it. We had to, of course, save money, get things prepared. However, it came to pass. And a lot of times we don't know how things are going to come to pass when you're speaking it, because you're like on this high, like, oh, I know it's going to happen. The Lord is going to do it. And he did do it. In the process of us speaking at that time, we were calling those things that be not as though they were, but yet what was still there. I mean, what was it was there. What I mean by that, like our house wasn't completely remodeled like we wanted it to, but we were calling those things that be not as though they were, but at the same time, not denying or being in denial of what was at that time.
Right.
And as time went on, we kept on declaring, we kept on speaking, we kept on praying, we kept on encouraging each other. And gradually things started unfolding one by one to the point to where even the amount that we sold it for.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We was thinking one amount, and then one night we was up in the bed talking, and she was like, yeah, let's sell it for this amount. I was like, how about that? And our realtor, you know, we wound up putting on maybe 3,000 or 4,000 more for like 2 days, and then we dropped it down to the amount that we said we was going to sell it for. And the next day,
yeah,
it sold for the same amount that we spoke and agreed upon the night that we were sitting up in the bed talking.
So somebody, what's up, Roderick? Ayana's in here, and
son, what's up, cuz?
And she literally has a very similar testimony. 3 years ago, Ayana, I think, Ayana came to our home for Thanksgiving. That was the last Thanksgiving I think we actually had in that house. And she told us, she came in and she said, hey, you know what? Next Thanksgiving is going to be at our house. And sure enough, the next Thanksgiving,
That is so true.
we rolled up to her 2 years ago. Okay. So the next Thanksgiving, here we go. We rolled up to her house. There is such great power in agreement. Great power in agreement. And you're exactly right, Sheldon, that prayer works. And I'm glad to know that you and your wife are having these conversations. But for the single, hey, we were single before, of course, single before we were married. But even in those times, I remember writing down my request, making my request known. And I remember saying, you know, Lord, these are the things that I desire in a man, in a husband, in a partner, in a father, and a mate. And I remember, okay, Lord, here you go. I'm bringing this to you. And there are some gaps that I'm not even aware of that I need, but I'm going to bring this to you and trust that you will fill the gap. And when I tell you, everyone, it was amazing. I remember things. I was like, wait a minute, I'm checking off this list. I didn't mean to check off the list. And then so much more that I didn't even know to ask for.
Yes, because a lot of things started unfolding as we grew together. It wasn't like everything right away when we first met and, you know, dated and courted for a little while. As time went on, when we got married, those were the things that was on her list that she was able to check off. So I just want to bring clarity to that. It's not so much that soon as she saw me or, you know, oh, love at first sight. No, we clicked and there was a chemistry there. There was a chemistry there. But some of the things that was on her list, she was able to check off before we got married. And then after we got married, as time went on, as we grew, and it was growing pain, she was able to check off the others because there were some things in me that needed to be developed. There were some things that needed to be brought to the surface, you know, some things that needed to be nourished. And so she was able to check those things off gradually, and thank the Lord for that.
Thank the Lord. Hey,
yeah.
Somebody pray for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank the Lord for that. So I just wanted to make that clear because sometimes.
Well, hold up though. I don't want to negate
I didn't take offense to that. Sometimes, you know, when people share their stories, sometimes it just seems like it's peaches and cream. No, there were some bumps in the road, and you know, we learned from those bumps. Still learning. You know, the thing is, when you go over a bump, you say ouch, you feel it, but then you learn from it. It's not to stay there. It doesn't mean you stay there or you stay hurt. Talk about my neck and my back and my neck.
Look at it. You gotta give me.
And so,
oh God, it's so true.
It was a blessing, and the Lord is still working on us. There's, you know, a lot of things in store that's in the making, and we're just so excited about what the Lord is going to do as we continue on our journey with marriage and ministry, and calling those things that be not as though they were, and praying and just trusting the Lord in the midst of sometimes doubt, because sometimes every now and then, you know, you have a goal and a dream, and you have a time frame that you want to, you know, accomplish this dream, and sometimes it doesn't always work out in the time frame that you had set forward. But God knows when you're ready, and He'll just bring all those things to make it work together for your good. Because He knows what we can handle, and maturity is mandatory. But on the real, what happens when there is a danger of low expectation? Oh my! That is not mine. That is of the great Thomas Dexter Jakes. Why you hit me? That is TD Jakes. But y'all, he hit me under the table. I shouldn't have did it like that. It's TD Jakes, but it's TD Jakes. They can Google his name. His mama named him Thomas Dexter. Okay. But the danger of low expectation, that when things don't go as planned, or when life's choices take us a different direction, you got that right.
that, things can be frustrating, but we wanted to share our conversation with you and encourage you 100% to dream again. Dream again. Come on, Joseph. Dream again. Yeah, detours and pain and all those different things, betrayal, rejection, abandonment, loss, gain. But at the end of it all, the dream, woo, came to pass. Dream again.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Brother Ellis. I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Yes. You guys too.
Keep on dreaming, because there's a seed in the ground
And it's leaning
in my direction. It's above me now.
Y'all have a wonderful evening. God bless you. Hey, guess what time it is? It's time to
dream again.
All right. I am Lake Moore.
And I'm Shamar Moore.
Of More Capacity.
Where the stretch is necessary.
Perfection is not the measure, but
maturity is mandatory.
Get ready for it. It's coming. Good night, you guys. God bless you.